This is DC We the People News. Alright, I'm not an attorney, so I'm not going to give legal advice because I'm not an attorney, okay? I never look straight forward. I always look around me to be able to protect myself by any means necessary. The reason why I'm doing this video is because it's one of them kind of a rare deals that what we call wink wink real news picked this up because, well, it got out there on the web and they decided to pick it up. James Freeman and Locke Luster has done this with this guy, so if you want more details, check out their videos, okay? But allegedly, this officer beat up his girlfriend. Allegedly, we hear him speaking to another officer how he really never wanted to hit somebody so bad. Talking about this guy being a little smirky, right? And I mean, he was clean, so why couldn't he be smirky? Allegedly. I cannot give legal advice. Alright, but this goes into further notice, right? He gets arrested for DWI. He's innocent. The case gets dropped or whatever this, and this. However, from this day forward, anytime an officer runs his name, he's been arrested for DWI. So there's always going to be a high alert with him. Okay? You may get cases dismissed, but once there's an arrest record on there, officers keep that, but it never shows it's been dismissed or found innocent or anything like that. And if these officers are going to have this in their cars, it needs to be clearly established on this arrest that he was found innocent and the case was dismissed. Okay? To ease the officer, because at the point, anytime in the future now, they're going to be on heightened alert. They're going to want to even violate more rights by wanting to search his car and this and that, here and there. He needs to go to the governor and have this wiped off the computers of him being arrested. Just saying, y'all. Alright.
The reason I pulled you over is because you have your bright lights on.
This is the moment Taven Gallinakis learned why he had been stopped. This body cam video Gallinakis says he received from the Newton Police Department details the events on August 28th around midnight.
That'll work. I'm going to have you hop out with me, okay?
4 minutes later, after showing his ID, registration, and insurance, Gallinakis was outside of his car. He tells us he wasn't concerned at the time.
So I'm like, alright, it's probably pretty normal for a traffic stop because I've never been pulled over.
You don't have anything on you? No bombs, guns, drugs?
No bombs or no drugs.
Gallinakis is soon brought to a squad car and questioned.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
None.
What do you mean none?
I've had nothing to drink.
Okay. Why would your eyes be watery and bloodshot?
Moments later, Gallinakis is outside again.
How many more we got?
Well, this test is about 2 minutes long.
Undergoing sobriety test confidently.
How many false accusations you got?
0.
It's about to be your first.
We'll see.
But just after he takes the breathalyzer test,
Okay, you can relax.
Gallinakis is Miranda.
So I'm going to read to Miranda, okay?
Asked if he smoked weed recently, seconds later.
Oh.
Okay, well, I think
tonight,
it's tonight.
And fast forward 5 minutes later,
Turn the infantry in front of me.
arrested for operating a vehicle while intoxicated.
Like, how is that possible? I blow zeros.
In a statement sent to KCCI, Newton's chief of police says a breath test showed no presence of alcohol, but also says Gallinakis failed 2 of the 3 field sobriety tests. Tonight,
He failed 2 out of 3. Now, I watched James Freeman's and Locke Luster's on this, and he passed every one of them. So that officer was directly lying. Period. Watered eyes, number 1, is cold. Number 2, it was raining. There's waters in the eye. It's raining. Okay? And, I mean, what can you say, y'all? I mean, this officer was, because of this kid's arrogance, or blunt. I can't even say arrogance. Let's just go with blunt. The officer was going to find any excuse for retaliation. This was a clear case of retaliation. No more, no less.
18-year-old was taken to the police department
Let me look at your left wrist. I'd like to check the pulse.
and was examined by a drug recognition expert.
He's a really cool guy, really understanding. I wish, he was the one that pulled me over.
In the same statement, the chief of police noted Galanakis passed the test during that examination, and the expert said he was not impaired. Galanakis says he spoke with the arresting officer one more time.
I go, you guys know what you did today was not right. If this happened to me, I wonder how much other people you guys have done this to.
And in the same statement we've been referencing in that story, the chief of police did write that the incident remains under investigation. Galanakis says he has not received an apology from police and that he wants the arresting officer fired.
All right. Just for y'all's information, they will never, but very rarely, apologize. Number one, when they apologize, that is a sign of guilt. And the attorneys probably, I'm not going to speak to their attorneys, but this is my opinion and my opinion only. Okay? If I was their attorney, I would tell them never apologize, because that would be some form of admission of guilt. So, therefore, anytime you speak to the officer, never apologize, because that is some form of guilt. Okay? That you was in the wrong. Alright? I'm just saying, I think that's the reason why government officials never ever actually apologize, because their attorneys tell them not to, because that'd be some form of guilt. Alright. My opinion only. Diesel We the People News. Bye, y'all.